moving day.
We're moving in.
Yep, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually Blake's hometown. This is where he was born and raised, and we kind of have always seen ourselves coming back here. So our first step was call Maggie and get the process started so we can find a home for us and our 2 daughters. And
Well, we kind of just first called her to let her know we wanted to look for a house, and then later that night got like a whole bunch of houses that we could have, and so it was like we were like, okay, well I guess this is real right now.
This is really happening. I mean, I think there are a lot of things about moving that make you nervous. Am I gonna like the neighborhood we live in? You know, what's the difference between the cost of living where you are and, you know, how that's going to change and transition. And when you have somebody like Maggie who has been in the business for a long time and works really hard, you know that, you know, the things that are important to you, she's going to make those the priority, and she's going to help you find the home that's right.
For me, it's just whenever we wanted to see a house, it was like either that day or the next day.
Yeah. This market moves so quickly, and so, you know, the fact that Maggie also moves quickly is very beneficial to us. She was really good about filtering homes for us too. She knows so much about the neighborhoods that she immediately was able to say yes, no, for whether it was worth looking at. I never felt uncomfortable, and I always felt like Maggie had our back. So there were times when things were kind of questionable or you know, the sellers were kind of being sticklers on some things, and she was so good at saying, I think it's worth us saying this. I think it's not worth us saying whatever. You know, she had our backs the whole time. Mm-hmm. Maggie's respected. And so like we would go to an open house on any given day, just Blake and I. And we'd walk in the door and the realtor was there, and, you know, they'd start talking to us and they'd ask us if we had a realtor. And we always said, yeah, we have Maggie Miller. And immediately they were like, oh yeah, you got a really good one. Yeah. I mean, she's so well known. Everyone around town, every time we talked to somebody, it was, you've got one of the best helping you. So that was for us just affirmation after affirmation of, we've got the best person helping us find our home, the place we're going to raise our children, and that was really important. She is there from the very beginning to the very end. So when we're talking about who to get for inspection, who's the best electrician, who's the best, you know, she would never give us a name that hasn't either already worked on her home or she hasn't worked with before. She's always going to give us the right people to help us with, even after we're already moved in. And I don't feel like I can't call her down the road and say, hey, this is going on. What do you think I should do? What's in the best interest of us? And she would be so helpful in that. So I think knowing that from the get-go to the very end, and even past that, she's on your side and she's on your team. We absolutely highly recommend that Maggie is the only realtor you should call. Absolutely.